Ladies and gentlemen, welcome finally to game one of a best of three here in the Wellplay Invitational between Finem and ProDotA Gaming. My name is Dragon Drop. I'm joined by Annie, and yeah, British is back as well, so that's gonna be a statsman for the night. Almost got kicked out here, but hey, he's back. He will be dropping these boxes. So, Annie, are you okay? How are you doing?
Oh God, that was subtle. Hey, I'm doing pretty good. I was excited that Britt almost got kicked out of the lobby because that means no Venomancer, but we'll see. Our Statsman does have a curse that every game he stats for us, there's a Venomancer in there somewhere, so we'll have to see if that holds true for now. But we are going to see the matchup of Finem versus ProDotA here. I love both of these two teams. Ordinarily, I root for them when they're in their own respective matches, but head to head, I really don't know who's going to come out on top.
Well, DCB already went on record cheering for Finem, so you can hold the moral high ground here in the middle. Well, I just cheer. I have to cheer for ProDotA. I mean, I'm in the same position though, right? Finem is so freaking good, but so is ProDotA, right? I mean, there's some pretty cool guys as well. I've had the chance to speak with Zeke in a bit of an interview at the Hitbox League Cup a couple of months ago, and yeah, he's pretty chill. So, and they also play some good Dota, right? And last couple of matchups, last couple of times these two teams played against each other, ProDotA always came out on top, but barely, right? It was the best of three in the ProDotA Cup um, that they won 2-1, and then ProDotA Cup before that, I believe that was the best of five grand finals. They won 3-2. So by all rights, this should be an amazing match. With the picks already,
Well, yeah, I'm gonna say Ad Phenum, they got some of their favorite heroes here. They're gonna get their Earth Spirit for SSA Spartan. This guy is an animal on the Earth Spirit. I just hope he can rotate quick enough to get the most use out of it. But yeah, he loves that little rock boy, and we got Outworld Devour as well. One of the most in-demand mids here. I know Thug loves to play it. He's more comfortable, I'd say, on the Invoker, but that was first ban, so he's gonna get his Green Rock Dragon going for him. And Pro Dota, they get the Nature's Prophet, so there's a lot of really yummy picks that slip through the first round of bans, and well, Pro Dota, they're gonna go take their time on pick number two.
this is the point where you can start to decide which kind of direction you want to go in. Do you pick up the Vengeful Spirit here, just to have that solid support? You go a little bit more in the push direction, maybe picking up a Death Prophet. Do you pick up your core here? To pick up some sort of silence, maybe Night Stalk up against the Earth Spirit. Questions over questions here, so about as good a time as any to talk through some of that reserve time and really figure out how you want to approach the game. I mean, right now with the Nature's Prophet, they already have that +1 early game potential, and yeah, Night Stalker definitely telegraphs that they want to be aggressive, they want to find pickoffs with the help of the Nature's Prophet teleporting in early, and they
So
just don't want. Yeah,
is that gonna be a position for Night Stalker? Because Prophet's usually off lane now.
probably, yeah. I really liked it a little bit more. I mean, sometimes you can have to leech a bit of lane XP, which is fine, just to get to that level 3 at the very least. We can also see that Iron Talon Night Stalker, who starts off in the jungle, right, getting his level 3, level 4 out of there, whereas Prophet's in the offlane, then starts to rotate around during the nighttime. That has proven to be very effective, and especially like this pickup against the Earth Spirit, the silence just wrecks him, and well, Earth Spirits, they can have a huge impact, but much like Earthshakers, they sometimes have issues just getting that going early on in the game, and if the impact comes too late, then you may have already find yourself in a bad position in the game.
So you'd say that Earth Spirit might have trouble getting the boulder rolling.
If you want to put it that way, yeah.
I'm sorry, I'm terrible. It's early here. I'm having fun. But yeah, Ad Phenum now going to be on to their second round of bans. Rather, they take out the Juggernaut against Pro Dota, and they also take out the Batrider. I know Axmo has run it in the off lane recently, and it also has been run mid by Undershock. So getting it out of the pool, just another thing, taking out the lockdown. So Adfina might be going for more of an all-out charge at you fight strategy, and they're worried about that lockdown.
I know. A second phase comes out at Finem. Still looking for another support, most likely. Maybe a bit more Baby City, with your spirit being able to roam around. Could go for a Witch Doctor here. Could also go for Line, which is still in the pool. Never a wrong choice. Ideally, something with. I mean, Line wouldn't be too bad, also in terms of wave clear, just being able to stun up the creep wave. And all the treants of Nature's Prophet. Not the ideal choice, but I mean, it's something that you also have to consider, right? You need something that can deal with the split push later on, because Earth Spirit, sure, you can roll on Nature's Prophet. You might be able to pick him off, but not always.
Yeah, so add Finem. They have to pick up their secondary support, their offlaner, their hard carry, assuming OD is in the mid. I think he will be because Thug has played this hero a good amount in the past. What do you think would be a viable carry here to combine with the damage of the OD?
Would really like to Sven. Uh, just to have the cleave available, perhaps even a Juggernaut going for the Battle Fury build. At least that would have been good if they didn't ban it out themselves, so never mind that. But yeah, Sven, also with a Darkseer picked up that it's maybe not the easiest combo to get off, but Vacuum into Stormhammer can be extremely devastating if you have that God Strength going, OD on the back, getting these right clicks in, um, then dropping the hammer. So quite literally, right? Not just the Stormhammer, but the Sanity's Eclipse hammer.
Yeah, I was gonna say we got multiple hammers in the fight now, but Oracle I think is a fantastic pickup up against the OD. It'll keep whoever they want up and fighting for a little bit. They can go in, they can purge the OD, they can purge Darkseer, Earthspirit, whatever they want to. So I do like the Oracle pick here, which is a rare statement for me because I'm usually pretty anti-Oracle.
Yeah, that's great. Maybe set up for a Death Prophet pick, something like that. Along the OD, maybe the one go-to mid hero when that really benefits from being able to have that false promise available to keep alive, to stay alive, not be bursted down, and get mileage out of that ultimate. Pretty much no matter what. So that might be the option here. Also adds to the push from ProDotA. Adds to that idea that they want to fight early, that they want to take objectives early, and not give Finem room to breathe.
Well, Ad Fadem are going to be on to their second to last pick here. They still need their carry. They still need a secondary support. I'd like for them to pick up something a little bit more babysitty. Okay, that works very well. I think Disruptor is going to be fantastic. Picked up most likely by maybe next time as I say, Spartan likes the roaming Earth Spirit. So I think Disruptor is going to be fantastic in lane, and that's the answer for how do you deal with Nature's Prophet, how do you deal with the pesky chasing you Night Stalker. You got the Glimpse, you got the Static Storm to silence them up, and this could be a really successful team fight.
Yeah, in the mid game, that's definitely true. I'm a bit worried about the laning stage though with this pickup. I mean, neither Disruptor nor Earthspirit are extremely good, extremely well known for their laning potential. Earthspirit obviously not gonna have too much to do with that anyway. But his impact will come when he gets to roll on someone who's extended himself. For Disruptor, well, all he can really do up against Nature's Prophet is throw out one of these thunder strikes, whatever they're called. But Nature's Prophet, he can rest him out extremely efficiently as well. Just a couple of right clicks here and there with the high amount of damage that you have early on, plus the treants just harassing away. The Disruptor's not gonna have a fun time, assuming Nature's Prophet is gonna be in offlane.
Yeah, I like the Zeus pickup here. I think it's going to be able to hold his own. And you were mentioning Ad Finem have kind of wonky lanes here. I think even if Disruptor doesn't do a great job holding the safe lane, Darkseer is going to get exactly what he needs out of the off lane. Outworld Devourer can dominate the mid lane, especially if there's rotations from the Earth Spirit. So Ad Finem, they might have a little trouble getting their safe lane online, but everything else should be going their way.
Yeah. Yeah, Darkseer shouldn't have too many issues. Also, forbids the Sven pick a little bit. Maybe you want to go for over range carry. Oh,
okay,
nay. Oh, no.
we got some picks.
No.
We definitely got some picks. It's not a Venomancer, man. It's all good.
I've seen this before.
I have seen this before. It's oh god. The global strat. Nature's Prophet with the Wrath of Nature, Zeus with the Thunder God's Wrath, Bloodseeker with the Thirst to reveal it all, and Night Stalker with the Chase. This is gonna be straight up dirty from ProDotA. We should have seen this, man.
Yeah, we should have. I've seen this before. It might have actually been ProDotA themselves. I mean, who else runs this kind of thing? It is absolutely nasty, as you said, because what you're gonna do is gonna put the Blood Rage from Bloodseek on the Zeus and on Nature's Prophet. Zeus pops his ultimate, does a crap ton of damage with that, gives the vision for the Nature's Prophet ultimate to bounce through with the extra damage, and I can't remember who it was, but they got shut down so hard. They took.
Oh no, I
they
remember
almost
this
died
lineup
to
too,
yeah.
man. Wait, were we casting this together? Because I've definitely
Been, yeah.
cast this before.
Might have been.
Probably. Okay, we'll pretend it was in old
might
Wii
be the
plays
Stars
or
Arena.
whatnot.
Stars Arena.
Yeah, it was probably Stars
recently.
Arena.
Yeah.
But alright, so Ad Finem, I think their draft is really risky there with the Slark pickup. You don't have a lot of guaranteed lockdown. Yeah, you've got the Disruptor Glimpse back, you've got an OD imprisonment, you've got a stun potentially from the Earth Spirit rolling in, but Slark is one of those heroes that needs to be spoon-fed kills early on to get that snowball rolling, and with ProDota's lineup, they can punish this so hard.
Yeah, absolutely. At the same time, they don't have too much lockdown themselves. They need to rely on us just have that silence coming in from Night Stalker, which isn't always easy, depending on how well the slug is with this Dark Pack timings. But we'll find out as everyone's loading in. If you guys are just tuning in, welcome. My name is Dragon Job. I'm joined by Annie, as well as Dr. Corporal British on stats, so he's responsible for these boxes. I'll see in the top right. So if you disagree
He's
with any
also
of that,
responsible for any Venomancers picked up later in the game. Please go and report him in the client. We can give you his Steam ID if you'd like.
yeah.
Overall, this is the beginning of a best of 3 series, and it's going to be a good one.
Should be indeed. Let's take a look at the team, starting with my boys here on the Radiant side. We've got Acmo. That's the easier way to say it, rather than his official tag. He's playing the Night Stalker in the offlane down here. We've got Roger. We're also making his way over there, unless he wants to jungle it up a little bit more. He's playing the Nature's Prophet in the mid lane right now. We've got Undershock on a Zeus. Down here, we've got our Zeke supporting on the Oracle. The one position Bloodseeker, played by Garter.
Alright, up here on the side of Finem, our golden boys here, we've got Madara playing as Carry Slark, and down here clumped up near the rune, it's going to be maybe next time on the support Disruptor, SSA Spartan on his famous Earth Spirit Thug on the mid OD, and Skylark on the off-lane Darkseer.
Setting up maybe for a bit of a rune engagement in case anyone from ProDotA is foolish enough to approach the bottom rune. Doesn't look like it. Be a 1-for-1 trade here.
Yeah, Garter might get a little bit greedy, might walk into stuff, but I think he's able to get out okay. He's holding onto his skill point, so he could go for that Blood Right if he wants to go and zone out the rune, which is something I've seen done before, but we'll see. I think Thug's gonna get it pretty uncontested.
So, what do you think about this ward up here in the high ground? The defensive dire ward.
I like it. I think if you are ProDotA, you can have Bloodseeker chasing deep, you can have Night Stalker chasing deep, you could have a rotation in from the Nature's Prophet come level 2 or 3. If there is a hero, especially Darkseer, getting very low here behind the tier 1. So just being able to scout that out might give him the extra time to run into the other side of the trees or TP out. I think it's going to be pretty successful.
That's all dependent on whether ProDotA is actually going for these kind of plays. Actually, hang on, let me...
Your bindings get messed up, because mine did.
But my HUDs, I forgot to change my HUDs from last time I played. This was actually casting the epicenter stuff with my ESL1 HUD and didn't even notice, but hey.
Nice work.
It is how it is. Switch it now.
Up top, maybe next time, could be in some trouble. The Treant smacking him down. You've got the Night Stalker doing his thing too. He's about half health, is holding on to the Thunder Strike, but not going to let it roar just yet.
This dual lane should be fairly successful. Night Stalker not going for that Iron Talon build up, instead just going for the quick boots, being able to kind of try and harass out early with the right click damage that you have and avoid also only scaling in terms of duration during nighttime and not in damage.
Oh no, the particle effects!
Oh no.
Oh, I've had this bug. Hopefully that fixes it. Nice Dota, man. Spring cleaning has opened up the window for some more dust to fly in, but hopefully it gets sorted out pretty soon.
That's actually a big deal, especially if you pick the Oracle, which is one of the hardest counters to Darkseer lane. It's being able to purge off the Iron Shell as well as the Surge. So,
man,
my Furious Brothers, no one can see anything. Might as well just play on a black screen and hope for the best.
Just click around in circles.
Yeah.
Man, I mean, even though these teams are competing against each other, they are... I'm not going to say best friends, but they get along pretty well. There's friendly banter in the lobbies. No one's, outright going at it for blood, so I'm hoping this is going to be a pretty friendly match.
Wondering if I should add to that, but no. With the pause ending, I shouldn't. But hey.
We'll see if we still have those bugs going through. We got Brit connecting back into the game as well, some more stats coming out for us eventually. If we look at overall last hits here as the second wave meets, it's going to be Thug leading up the charge here on the OD. Against a Zeus, is that what you predicted to happen?
Well, yeah, Zeus is not exactly the hero that wins his lane every single time. He's the kind of hero that's just stable, right? I mean, you have to be careful about not actually exposing yourself to any sort of rotations, but when it comes to last hits, you're never really going to win, because you have to rely on moving up to the wave, getting the architects in. But bottom lane, well, Skylark dropping low, it'll be the first blood. Spartan just holding onto the roll a little bit too long. Unable to really save his teammate there as it stands. It was a mistake. Now Garda giving the Blood Rage over to Arzeek, giving some of these denies over for the heals. Interesting, but now they're gonna go for another roll. The slow is there. Spartan dropping low, not low enough. Arzeek keeps himself alive with a Verify. Is that enough? Not for the extra stone being thrown out, but hey, Garda. It's a bit low Spartan. You should be able to just knock him down. Maybe not with the Surge coming out helping. Almost a counter kill there, but not quite.
Not quite. Now we got Garter just whacking on Skylark, getting revenge for his fallen buddy, but I think Bloodseeker's going to be pretty successful here. The Ion Shells aren't going to bother him so much. He can heal up once he gets the kills and the creeps. And like you mentioned, Oracle's a fantastic counter to the Darkseer. So now that he's back in lane, they can keep things rolling, and Skylark's going to have a tougher time than a Darkseer usually should.
Yep. Being said though, he is level 3, so he's at least finding that with these engagements coming out. But yeah, if you really think about it, it's not just the Oracle, it's as you said, the Bloodseeker who doesn't care whatsoever. Just healing up on the back of last hits too, so this is kind of the one laning configuration that is super where the Darkseer is useless in the sense that he's not able to put on the pressure that it normally would be up against any sort of melee hero.
I think once Darkseer gets a little bit of a breather as Oracle and maybe Bloodseeker start to rotate to other lanes, he can apply pressure very quickly. He's going to be maxing out that Ion Shell, and he can get up to tower in, less than a wave. He can put on some serious damage, so he's going to have to kind of be a little bit sneaky, play a little bit of the rat game, and just go where the heroes aren't to apply the pressure.
Right. Now this Prophet Roger tried to go for the courier snipe actually, I think. That Finem. Finem a little bit too smart for that. Let's keep it here in the trees, just taking a break. Meanwhile up top here, Agmo getting the free lane to himself on a Night Stalker will get level 3 pretty damn soon. Do you actually think there's any kill potential here between Madara and maybe next time?
I think once everyone hits their 6, I think there's a serious kill potential on the side of ProDotA. All you have to do is get Madara a little bit low, make sure he doesn't have his ultimate ready to go, and you got the Wrath of Nature, you got the Thunder God's Wrath, and you got one Void from the Night Stalker, and that will kill Madara.
Yep.
Although
right
I
now,
do think...
it doesn't quite have to worry about that just yet.
Yeah, I mean, if Disruptor and Madara go all in on a Night Stalker, if he pushes up too far, and you get maybe an Earth Spirit rotating in, I think there is the potential for kills onto Axmo, but it's not going to be super easy. I mean, he is really survivable, and he can go in, he can void anyone up, and they can stop hitting him, and yeah, it's always difficult to go against a Night Stalker, especially a Night Stalker that's had this much time in the wave. His last hits, he's got 4, which is pretty alright up against a Slark and a Disruptor.
Yep. Also all owed to Roger being there for the longest time, while now rotating out to try and make something happen mid. I'd still be able to do that though, actually. Undershock has a decent amount of pool. Thug. Could be bursted down perhaps if they have a Sprout, but they don't have it level just yet, only level 2 on the Prophet.
I mean, Thug has no Astral, so he's not going to go for that YOLO save. Just going to be taking some Arc Lightnings right to the face, and I mean, there's a reason OD is one of the most picked up heroes here. He's just really survivable.
Look at Madara though in the top lane. There was just a single Void coming out from Night Stalker. It was only level 1, now it's level 2. It's gonna hurt even more. If Roger finds a couple of extra right clicks and another Void, if they get enough mana for that, it might just be a freak accident kill, more or less, on the Slug. And especially with, I guess with Spartan up top here, maybe they want that to happen, maybe they want ProDotA to commit a little bit too deep. Trying to make something happen with the smoke rotation up there.
Yeah, I mean, one weakness of Ad Fenem's draft right now is they don't have a healer, really. The Oracle's on the other team. Oh, we got boulders!
Roll will miss! Spartan unable to do anything with that, and just like that. Yeah, this is the problem with the Earthspirit. If you don't find these early engagements, you're just gonna sit there, not really do anything. I mean, he's leeching some levels. Almost level 3 now, but it's not gonna be enough. You need something out of him. He's not a hero that can just go into the jungle, farm up, and everything will be fine.
Yeah, meanwhile, Garter's had some free farm bottom. He's getting what he needs to, again, just not even spooked by the Ion Shells. Darkseer's had a hard time getting up into the wave for a little bit, so he's going to start to suffer now up top. It looks like with SSA Spartan rotating out, Night Stalker might want to go in for some kills.
It is nighttime, it's definitely the time for it.
Oh, bottom rune.
TP. What's the bottom run? Yeah, they do get the Force Descent. Skylark is there. Take quite a bit of damage here, but has the surge available. Body block not quite there for Nutrients. Well, top rune, Spartan securing that region for his buddy here, but he's been collapsed on Thug. It might be in trouble. Now there's Night Stalker. Bit of a silence here, bit of a void, a couple of right clicks and a nuke will do the trick. The stone comes in. Too little, too late, not even connecting.
Yeah, now we've got Night Stalker crawling around after the Earth Spirit at nighttime, but for now it's looking pretty disengaging, everyone going back to their side of the map. And we are seeing Zeus have a pretty successful time here. Now 1-0, he's doing very well in terms of last hits, pretty much keeping up with the OD. And is that going to continue to go in his favor into the mid-game?
For Undershock?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's doing as well as he should be. Has a Soul Ring, has a bottle, can start spamming out, has level 6 to kind of help out anywhere. This way you want to be as a Zeus. Being this close in terms of losses, having the killer name, there it is. Maybe next time just gets right click down, Spartan's not gonna be enough, or maybe it is with the pounds connecting as well. Or they're coming in, and this is a tanky Night Stalker keeping himself alive with the stick charge. Now they're gonna turn it around on the Spartan. That should be another kill going their way, and hey, Arzik, he tracks down Slark in the side. How's that even possible? That's 3 heroes down just like that. ProDotA showing us once again that they know how to play this kind of draft.
Yeah, this is, I think it's just going to get dirtier and dirtier. We did see the Thunder God's Wrath used in that last engagement. Now Thug going in onto Undershock sprays out some good damage with the Arcane Orbs, but it's just going to be Thug trying to do what he can as the rest of his team just starts cracking under pressure, it feels like. You know, everyone on Ad Finem should be hitting their 6 relatively soon, and they really need to go in together for ganks, and, well, we see them continuing to split up, which is not going to work out in the long run.
They're gonna try and go for Garda, but the roll misses once again. They do have double Iron Shell going. Garda with a bit of slow, but he had the Blood Right as well as the Rupture now onto Skylark. Archer comes in to try and help. Another stone being missed. Garda, Evan should be low enough that he should be able to just walk out of there with the Surge ending. With this stuck, he has a Haste Rune. This will spell the end of the Bloodseeker. Roger, unable to make a trade out of it. Arzik joining as well. Purges off that haste. Give Thug a bit of a harder time. The Tween's almost there to body block, but not quite. Instead, they'll find Spartan there with a Void and a Silence and some nukes and some right clicks. That'll be the trade out finally, with all the rotations coming in from ProDotA.
I mean, that still does favor Ad Finem a little bit. They take out the Core Bloodseeker, but it feels like 1 step forward, 2 steps back from Ad Finem in these fights.
Yeah. Good nature's Prophet. I mean, he has a Gloves of Haste. I just turned it into a Midas now with all the kills participation that he has. Should be a pretty decent timing too.
Yeah, it's certainly possible. We see maybe next time gonna be getting a little bit closer to his 6, trying to go in, pull this camp, stack it up, and well, once Disruptor does get that 6, there's a lot more kill potential for Ad Finem, and they need to start grouping up. I really feel like, you know, sitting in their lanes is not the way they're gonna win this up against this ultimate global strat from ProDotA.
Yeah. We haven't even seen the full extent of it yet.
Oh, it gets dirty. It
Yeah.
gets absolutely revolting.
Losing Bloodseeker pairings. 7 times, 2 wins, 5 losses. Well, just goes to show.
I mean, when you add
That
in the
is-
Nature's Prophet, though, that extra component, if you get a Nature's
yeah.
Prophet Ags, if you get a Refresher, and we have a smoke coming out from Ad Finem, so maybe looking to contest this before the full global annihilation comes online. Heading up the river, they are going to be able to catch out some of the Radiant heroes. If Night Stalker breaks the smoke, though, that's a little bit hard. They're not going to be able to kill him right away.
Well, nighttime's about to end. They do get the control up and running. So you stand corrected, I suppose. Meanwhile, up top here, they do burst down someone almost. Not really. Finish off the Night Stalker here, but there's a Nature's Prophet ultimate. At least making a trade for the Disruptor to happen. Madara surviving there, definitely not exactly the way the ProDotA wanted to fight that engagement. No, just a
Yeah, I
back.
eat my words on that last one. At least the clean pick on the Night Stalker is something, but I mean, it's overall a solid trade. Good rotation here from Ad Finem.
ProDotA though, they're gonna be able to take a tier 1 tower off of that, so trying to mitigate the situation a little bit. Trying to get something else off the map. And yeah, doing all of that Garda is still farming, right? We cannot discount that. On top of the last hit shot is still the OD. Also with a bit of kill participation now, it's also the top of the net worth chart. But there's only so much you can do, right? OD is the kind of mid hero, like the kind of carry material, like the Shadow Fiends. Right? You get your farm, you get your levels, and then you just right click. You turn into that carry. compare that to really compare it to other materials that really have big impact, like a puck. And it's just not something that you can rely on to win you the fights without
Well,
any help from the
Invoker.
others. Yeah, Invoke as well.
Invoker and Quap, they have all decent magical damage, but you're right. OD is in a league of his own right now. Zeus, obviously not as much of a, solo rock star, but honestly, you combine his ult with Bloodseeker's Vision, with Thunder God's or with Wrath of Nature. It's just insta kills all over the board. I'm gonna guess we might see a Rampage at some point this game.
Oh, maybe. If you get lucky here, but there's a nighttime coming out, there's the combo. Maybe next time we'll be bursted down to all of that as well. And Thug in a bit of a bad position here, tries a TP and they don't find him on the side to interrupt the teleport. They do find Skylark though. Lock him down with a Sprout and that's another easy kill. And an easy tower kill as well. Rupture comes out. Do they catch more here? Thug and has to go walk out of the blood red. It's only level 1 Rupture, you can kind of deal with it. Stone for the silence and just keeping them away. And Spartan actually super low. Has to roll out of that one. And under shot! Ah, he gets it! He gets it just in the nick of time. That vision from the lightning bolt got him in for the arc lightning and add another one to the tally. 10 and 4 and some damage done through tier 2 as well.
This is, we're 10 minutes in the game looking at overall gold, overall XP. It is pretty heavily in ProDotA's favor. They've been going in for the rotations they need, getting the kills that they need, and honestly, if you're Ad Finem, how do you deal with this? Do you rotate as 5? Do you split up and farm? Do you hide in your base and cry? What do you do?
The only way that you're safe really is if you actually do that, if you hide in your fountain. Because then you don't care about the damage. Because the thing about this global is, it doesn't really matter what your positioning is. Right? It doesn't matter where AF is. They need to essentially just tank up, get ahead. But the way there is just so hard.
Oh.
And these smoke pickers, they're the way to go. Zeke though, he has an Invis, he's gonna spot that out and just adding insult to injury here. They're not gonna get anything off of this.
They know someone's around, but they have no vision. They just have to sit there, watch their smoke be popped. All of the Radiant gets to react to that for free. And even our Zeke, the solo Oracle wandering through 4 hungry heroes, gets out completely fine.
Yeah. Guess Madara is still farming, Thug is still farming. That tends to hurt, right? If you, both these heroes, it looks like OD is going for the Rod of Atos, so tanking up a little bit in that sense. Madara has the Midas to keep going into maybe a Skadi, something like that. Something that just tanks you up, that lets you survive.
Oh, here we go, Spartan.
He should be dead here. Zeus
Oracle gets the kill. They don't even need the Thunder God's Wrath, but now Slark's super low, has to TP back to base. They've got vision here on most of Ad Finem, so they know where they're at, they know what they're doing. This is a really scary game for the Dire.
Normally as a Slark, you kind of want to farm the jungle, kind of push the edge, push the envelope a little bit, get low to the creeps. But you can't even do that in this game. You have to constantly watch your health, or else that combo will just kind of nip you in the butt right then and there. Without even ProDotA maybe intending it. It's just so hard to play against this without the proper items up and running already. So ProDotA, they're definitely having the momentum right now.
Oh, Skylark, he's just in a world of trouble. Does the Sprout connect? They get him, they lock him down, they got the lightning damage, the trees are there, they pop out the wall, but it's certainly not enough. There's gonna be a rolling boulder coming through from Spartan, but he bit off more than he can chew. Now he's up a creek without a paddle, gonna be stuck here, smacked on by Roger. Roger is gonna have a Sprout coming out very soon, but is gonna turn back, trying to get the kill onto Madara. They do have a Static Storm coming through. Understock is gonna fall, so they at least get a nice trade for this. Madara still feeling healthy, more treants come out. It's gonna be a 1-for-2 trade. Ad Finem still coming out on the bottom.
Zakia was finishing up the Zeus, but then Nightstalker just a bit too much to deal with, and now Akmo looking for more. Maybe next time it's there, but there's a teleport from Roger. Silence, Void, the glimpse on the Nightstalker. Keeps him away for a little bit longer, and now Madara comes back in here. The blow by Zeke with the hammer. Rupture keeps Madara from really following. That'll be all she wrote for this particular team fight.
I don't even know if you call that a team fight. That was just kind of blood being poured out. Meanwhile, bottom lane, we are going to have maybe next time getting very low. The Thunder God's Wrath comes through. They need one more hit. They will get it as Nature's Prophet goes through the Wrath of Nature. Now it's going to be Nightstalker scrambling away for his life. Pops the positive urn. Can they lock him down? There's going to be a nice boulder coming through. They finally get off the right click damage they need, and now it's going to be a dominating streak coming out for Thug right now. He is sitting at 4-1-0.
It's one of these moments where you just say, Spirit, why are you a hero in this game of Dota 2?
I mean, you got the Earth Spirit going for you, which feels kind of yucky. You got that Ebola rolling through, but then on the counter side, ProDotA, they are certainly not disease free with that ultimate global strat.
Yeah. I mean, this is probably the one game that you forgive the Earth Spirit being picked in.
You can let it slide.
Yeah, you can let it slide. It's like, alright, picking Earth Spirit is kind of nasty, but picking Zeus, Prophet, and Bloodseeker, it should just be illegal almost. Almost like Techies, it should also be illegal, but hey.
I mean, if there was a Techies picked up, at this point Techies is a little too flimsy to actually have an impact. We are going to have Radiant pushing out here, whacking onto the tier 2. Madara doing his best to take care of this. It's going to be TPs out from the Prophet. Glimpse back, though, into a nice static storm. Goes through with the pounce. They get out Roger. This is going to be a worthwhile trade. They get him down. It's going to be a TP in from Spartan as well. They're able to clean off the tower. So for now, it's going to be Dire holding and getting a kill for free.
You cannot run away from the Disruptor. They have to be much more careful about the positioning here. Single glimpse can just crush your dreams. Once again, AF showing that they want to play, that they want to hold on to this game, but I still feel like the momentum is still on ProDotA. If you check the graphs, they still are ahead a little bit. In terms of experience, AF fighting back in that sense. This also tends to help, right? Slark is now level 11, he has a level 2 ultimate, which heals much quicker than just level 1. They're starting to push the lanes out a little bit. Keep ProDotA away from these towers, from these objectives. PD, this is still on a timer.
I mean, we've got them rotating in. They're all smoked up. They could, if they find the right angles here, get some really nice picks onto Finem, but they're just kind of sitting around waiting in the mid lane, which is not where the heroes are. At this point, Radiant's vision is not aggressive enough for the plays that they're making.
Well, it was nighttime a moment ago, so you had that vision advantage coming from that. So you just ended, but they still have the ultimate from the Night Stalker if they want to keep going. They have an Invis on the Zeus, also very helpful, but the Spartan plotting it out. Oh god! Ugh, Azik actually snacks the kill because he's an Oracle. That's what Oracles do. It's purifying flames.
That was a dunk if I ever saw one. He was just sent to the ground. No time to react whatsoever. At least the rest of Finem gets out alive. If you have to lose one person on the Dire, maybe that's the one as Disruptor is still holding on to the Static Storm. You never want him dead while that's still available.
There's a 1500 damage being done by the Zeus alone. The Blood Rage combo. But yeah. The one thing that AF have to try and work on now is just get BKBs. I think it's gonna be the be all end all. If you get BKBs, you have a chance to take team fights like this, and not just die instantly to the Yuki combo.
I mean, at that point, there's only so much you can do. You're asking Finem to waste so much of their resources, or invest so much of their resources into one item when there's really other stuff that should be coming out. If we look at overall net worth, though, Finem aren't completely down and out. Slark and OD still holding their own worth, but I mean, Nature's Prophet, he's only going to get bigger. He's only going to apply more pressure. He already has the Ags. He could build up the Refresher soon, and just, that's really dirty.
Yep. But that Midas is definitely helping them out, keeping up and actually staying on top of the net worth chart right now. Does have that strong ultimate coming through. They just took the tier 2 top. They lose Nature's for it. Might give Finem a little bit of breathing space here. They desperately need, but as it stands, we also have another big item for the Zeus. Very cheap, but very effective. The Veil of Discord for Unsure.
Oh yeah. And Aghanim Scepter will be picked up on the Night Stalker relatively soon. He needs like 2.5k more gold, and that's going to be absolutely filthy vision there with Garter having that Thirst max level. Anyone that's just a little bit low will get punished.
It's even more. I mean, the Prophet Zeus and the Bloodseeker is annoying enough. Then having the Night Stalker on top of that just so much better, right? It just allows you to just be the scouting factor with the Aghanim Scepter, just look across the trees, see if it's actually worth it popping that ultimate combo, even later down the line, because once AF tank up a little bit, it might not just straight up kill them. We'll need to be a little bit close to convert that into actual kills before they go back to base and heal up and essentially get a couple of good, big ultimates on cooldown for no gain. So And Night Stalker allows you to do that with the vision it provides you. Right now, 5-man group up there from ProDotA. They want to finish up this tier 2. And the question is, can AF defend this if they wanted to?
Yeah, I think they could defend it. It's just whether they want to deal with all the damage that's going to come out. So, ProDotA, they're still holding their own. They're going to pop out some more trance. And for right now, Finem going in, trying to figure out if they should group. They get a nice sentry up there. Are they going to roll in? Is that the engage we're going to see?
Send in the stone for the time being. They do have that static storm. They do have the glimpse back here for Arzig. Not exactly the best target to go for. As now the damage is on. Nature's Prophet ultimate. There's a Zeus ultimate actually being silenced out for the time being. If they can bring him down, Thor can get that off. Never mind. He gets it, but not exactly damage that we expected. Without the Blood Rage on top, without the Veil being used. OD pretty damn low, but not quite low enough just yet. But Night Stalker is still alive. He can turn around for another ward in a couple of seconds, bring him down. But God, it just ends up being annihilated with all the intelligence that Thug has been stealing. Look at this. He has 50 stolen intelligence. Gets himself an ultra kill, and this was just much,
He wants
way
to go
too
for
much.
the rampage. Let's do it. Come on, man. Charge onto Roger. Let's see it happen. He
has a blink dagger. He has Atos. Yeah.
Do it. I want to see the rampage.
It is 1, 2, and imprisonment. Is it too long now with the rampage? I don't know. I don't know the timers, but there it is.
Yeah!
It's godlike. No rampage, but godlike. Ouch!
So freaking impressive. You mentioned before that ProDotA were playing on a timer. Did that timer just buzz? Is this time for Finem to start snowballing out of control?
This was Finem taking the clock, throwing it against the wall, and saying, "Fuck your timers. We just took over this game."
Okay, yeah, no, they really did. Looking at the overall golden XP, Finem now rocking almost a 10k XP lead, and that's good. In a level-dependent lineup, that is really good. And now SSA Spartan, he's hunting, he sees the Night Stalker, although he might be in a little bit of trouble himself, popping out an Observer, realizing that he is not alone in the jungle.
I should probably just try and TP out right now as it stands. He should just be able to walk out as well. But yeah, worth noting is the ProDotA didn't really find the engagement that they wanted to. Right, they lost their Oracle to the Glimpse. Maybe that's the most impact hero when it comes to throwing out the damage. That being said, though, Purifying Flames has a decent amount at this stage as well, but kind of want to have the False Promise to fall back on to try and keep the OD from bringing someone down and start stacking up and snowballing inside an individual team fight. They also didn't really get the Blood Rage Zeus ulti off, they didn't get the Veil off. So if they get that the next time, things are different. Now Thug blinks in, unknowing that everyone's smoked up. The Aegis will be triggered. They should be able to get him a second time here. Catch him with a Sprout, no blink out. Stealth imprisonment. After that, he should be able to blink perhaps, unless they have something going on. Just pops the BKB, he wants to fight. Madara coming in with Thug. Will die secondary time. Now Madara pops the ultimate. Still takes quite a bit of damage from the AoE. Now just pounces across the tree line. Where the hell is he at now? He blinks across all the way to the top side of the river. So he will survive, but it's an Aegis down.
We still have Night Stalker chasing here. Might get the kill maybe next time. If he can go into the Void, it's nighttime. He's fast. He's running. He's going to get glimpsed back, but not before the Void comes through. There's going to be a Nature's Prophet as well going in with the silence. They get the boulder, but it's not enough to save his buddy. Disruptor does fall. Still, overall, good fight for the Radiant. And yeah, with Slark not dying, it's not terrible for Finem, but now they're going to lose another exterior tower, perhaps rotate in for the tier 2 as well. This is going to be ProDotA showing they're still kicking and screaming. They've still got kill power.
They also got one of these big trees and just now expired, unfortunately.
I know, it was so cool! It's always funny when the Nature's Prophet cosmetics are there, the big trees are just a mess.
Yeah.
So, Skylark.
There it is, Madara comes in. Actually doing quite a decent amount of damage. Arzig and Undershock will both be ripped apart. Now Spartan with the roll in, looking for more, but no one else. The general area for ProDotA, but they do find someone here. Inside the Astral Imprisonment, the nicely timed rock. Roger, no way for him to get out of this. He dies with the Midas off cooldown, so... RIP.
And that kill goes to Madara. That's going to put him ahead in terms of net worth. Now it's going to be OD and Slark rocking the top of the board. He got almost 400 gold for that kill. Now he uses his Midas as well. He's going to pick up the Scotty. I mean, Slark is getting to the point where he needs to be the priority target in all these fights, but then OD is just going to wail on you from the back lines. If you're ProDotA, who do you focus?
That's a good question. I mean, it's a full 5-on-5 team fight. I almost want to say you have to focus on sports first. Just try and kite out the OD with what? Yeah, right. That's kind of the issue. You just have to kite the OD by protecting your own people with the Oracle. Dara might actually be in trouble here. He is ruptured up. That's not going to be purged off now. There's the ultimate scouting out absolutely everything. Gara, he's pretty damn fast here. Pops the blade mill. BKB doesn't really care about that. False promise comes out. Should end up dying to this at the end of it all with no heals coming through. But now, still providing some of that extra vision. Meanwhile, in the back, what's happening here?
Death, bloody and destruction going through. We got another giant treant walking around looking like a stupid bony dinosaur. But for now, everyone else should get out okay. We have Thug maybe trying to reinitiate here. He's got the Invis rune walking towards the mid lane. May end up being able to wrap around here onto the Oracle. Oracle has no more ultimate, so no, Thug goes deeper. Thug wants some real blood.
Just watching these big trees, but yeah, Thug. Invis rune not exactly safe. Undershock sees him. Courtesy of the lightning bolt. Keeps track of him too, but... Well, that was overall a good fight for AF. They lose their supports here thanks to the Night Stalker kind of sacrificing himself, providing that extra vision for Nature's Prophet ultimate to bounce through and create these big treants. But overall, I actually think that ProDotA is fine with this overall, because they still have the Nature's Prophet alive. He has the Axe Octarine now. So the split pushing game is gonna be a huge issue going forward, isn't it?
I mean, I think we're at that very tipping point in the game where Ad Finem, they have so much raw kill power when it comes to a 5-on-5 engage, but ProDotA, they still do have the rat going for them. They still have the global strat, even though there's BKBs now up on the OD, seem to be other heroes as well. ProDotA still have so much damage they can unload in the form of their ultimates.
Might be in trouble here, tries to DVR, that's not going to happen anytime soon. With the stones left, right, and center, silence comes out. The Prophet 60 seconds on Southland. This is kind of the flip side. If your split pusher dies, then the lanes can be pushed out quite far, giving Ad Finem a chance to go for some extra objectives on their own. They still have plenty of tier 2s to take, even a tier 1 up in the top lane, so it's free gold if you can get to it.
It's really difficult for ProDotA. They had such a commanding lead, but I think it all came down to that fight at the tier 2 bottom lane on the Dire. They got greedy, they went for objectives, and like you mentioned, they just didn't find an initiation, but here we go. Undershock goes in, we'll find an initiation here onto Thug, pings him out, the Roche is back up. This could be a huge point of contest.
ProDotA, I don't know if they necessarily need to contest this. They just push out the lanes, they maybe get some sort of trade, but with lanes pushed out as fast as they are right now for Ad Finem, that's kind of hard to do. The only way you contest Roche is, I think, if you get your ulti off, if you ulti combo off properly, bring some people low, just try and pick someone off before the team fight even starts, before they can use their own leverage. Otherwise, you don't really go in.
Well, for now, we are going to have the Wrath of Nature flying through. Does a little bit of damage, mostly just scouting damage, and well, for now, maybe next time goes in with that defensive static or kinetic field. Not catching on anyone just yet. Maybe hop it in, throws out a nice sentry. That's 2 sentries. Okay. Yeah. Maybe a little bit spooked there. Goes in with the smoke. We are going to have the nighttime go through. This is going to be huge.
Yeah, Madara caught with Rupture. He takes quite a bit of damage before pops the BKB. Still, that pure damage is there. Now has the man fight here. Pops his ultimate just to stay alive and get some health back. Meanwhile, Night Stalking back, kind of being tracked down by Thar. He should end up falling first. Madara in a similarly tough position here will fall, but nice little vacuum into the wall, into the Static Storm. Skylark, they find Garda as well as Arziki. This little bit comes out, Undershock trying to do what he can, just has to blink out. Garda just dies to the freaking magnetize here. That's a 3-for-1 trade overall, as Roger just said. Yeah, screw you guys, I'm going home. He gets close back, but not far enough in range for the Atos. Tries to TP out, it's not gonna work here with the imprisonment as well, so Rock coming through. BKB committed. Just make sure that Undershock can't quite finish him off. As they have another leg spike, which is super annoying. They do get Thug somehow. With the BKB expiring here, Undershock actually cleaning house in the back. Trying to equalize the things a little bit. Now last man standing for ProDotA. Not quite enough potential left for Skylark to bring him down too.
What a bloody engagement. Looking at the overall fight recap, which I believe caught most of it, not all, it does go in favor of the Radiant as they do get down the OD and the Slark. They have to sacrifice their Bloodseeker and their Prophet, but getting the Slark down is a huge feat, as well as the OD, and that's really going to give some momentum back to ProDotA.
Yep. Slark, as mentioned before, with an Eye of Skadi now, so he's at a point where it's actually kind of getting hard to burst down. But the fact that they were able to do that definitely helped them out. I mean, it's almost a little bit just Madara overcommitting there all alone with the rest of his team, kind of focusing on someone else, chasing down a Night Stalker. We had a lot of space for ProDotA in the team fight. It was a very messy one. It's kind of hard to analyze, but
yeah, it was messy. It was in the Roche pit, it was in the Radiant jungle, it was over here near the top runes, so these fights are getting really spread out, and spread out fights are always going to favor ProDotA just because of the global abilities.
Yeah. Where you have to walk far to get your abilities off. Undershock definitely benefited absolutely from staying alive there. He could go for Zone Octarine soon. With the kind of gold that he's getting. Went for the Blink Dagger now, a little bit earlier, so just have that extra mobility still. Because you kind of want to be close to the team fights, but not too close, right? Just to be able to not be focused down, but still get the spells or get the benefit of that static field.
Agma playing a dangerous game here, going really deep into dire territory without a single aggressive ward. He's like 100 gold off from his Aghanim Scepter. He shouldn't be playing this risky.
Yeah, I would agree. That vision is gonna be a crucial component of the team fights going forward. Just maybe for once being able to initiate instead of being initiated upon.
Oh, TP goes through just barely. Slark was looking for the pounce there, and now he's going to be able to pick up the Aghanim Scepter, so a very risky, potentially haphazard play does end up paying off.
And something that didn't happen during all that was the Roshan going down. And ProDotA, they have vision on it. Should also have vision of AF, or at least have an idea that AF is making their way in here as well. Definitely now as Madara is munching away at that illusion. And now we're back to the stands, right? Both teams just angling for an opportunity to go into a team fight, get a pick off. On the shock on the side, obviously can blink in at any time. Thing is, no one really can take Roshan down really quickly.
I mean, for now, this is ProDotA trying desperately not to group up to allow for a fight for Adfinem, and Adfinem trying not to split up to allow for a fight for ProDotA. So we've got a clump of dire heroes, we've got like a spread out line of Radiant heroes. The engagement's going to have to come from a really nice glimpse from the Disruptor or a kick from the Earth Spirit, and so far Radiant are not letting that happen.
Go down now, Fortress in. There's the damage coming out. Being healed up by the mechanism just a little bit. He picked it up. That was... I don't know. But yeah, Thug in the front lines here, trying to TP out on the cover of the BKB. Do they have enough damage here? It doesn't look like it, so he will get out, but he's out of the team fight as well. Vacuum Wall into Static Storm, but no kinetic field to keep them in place. Gala, he's just a freaking race car, getting the hell out of there. Undershock in the backlines, throwing out spells left, right, and center. Same for Akmo here. Madara and Skarlak, though, they will be able to get rid of the Nature's Prophet, which is kind of a big deal. Madara, about half health, now will be tracked down. Looks like these two were just waiting for the Slark to come back. Pounce across there, Gata's still alive. Able to help out. Not quite as fast anymore with everyone who's still alive, kind of not being alone now. Nice little interrupt there. No roll for you, Undershock. Absolutely a master of the elements right now.
Yeah, I mean, he didn't cast his Veil the second time there. He did get it off at the beginning of the fight, which was super crucial in making the Thunder God's Wrath do as much damage as possible, but he needs to make sure he's using it pretty much every time it's off cooldown. Just the magical burst from ProDotA is such a key component of their kill potential.
This is a rollercoaster game if I've ever seen anyone, if I've ever seen one. Net worth at 1 point 5,000 in favor of ProDotA, then 2.5k in favor of Finem, and now with that last team fight, should go a little bit more to the top side of that graph as well, or again I should say. Experienced a bit of a different story at Finem, still with a commanding lead there.
I honestly can't tell you which way this goes, because it's going to come down to successful team fights. I mean, the Roshan, still super contested. He's still sitting at like 80% health. No one's been able to just get that initiation that they want. I feel like Dire, if they wanted to go smoke in now, that could be the play. There's no Radiant Vision, but, you know, how would they really know that?
Yeah. They don't have a gem or anything. They don't have a Night Stalker on the field. They could really make good use of it. Speaking of Night Stalker, what do you think it's gonna go for here with that second Ogre Club? It's just gonna be another BKB?
BKB could be a halberd if you really wanted it to be. It could. It's a weird way to build a Sange, but I think a halberd might be pretty good here. Okay, so we are going to finally see the Roche attempt. Radiant are grouping up, but the Roche is falling pretty quickly with Thug wailing on. He's got the Moonshard, he's got the BKB, he's got the damage, and this is going to be the initiation trying to come out. They do get the Veil through from Undershock. Thunder goes Wrath goes through. There's going to be a rolling boulder, and looks like Blood Ride's off the mark. Vacuum Wall, kind of been doing what it needs to be do. They are going to get a kill now onto the Oracle. Now Disruptor not going to get out of here alive. Nature's Prophet goes through, gets a kill onto the Disruptor, and Roger now going to get smacked down by Badara. He tries to TP out. They have nothing to break it. They're just going to have to let him go through. The Astral goes through onto the Bloodseeker, and or onto the Slark rather. Now Bloodseeker, he's in trouble, gets the Sanity's Eclipse right to the face. The Blade Mail not doing enough.
It did!
But, oh my!
It did!
Yeah, it did! It didn't do enough to the Slark, but it certainly did enough to the OD, who just got destroyed. Okay. Good item, Blade Mail. In the end, Dire are going to be able to secure the Roshan as just more of them get out alive, and Radiant don't want to contest this for now.
Yeah. It's always a good fight for ProDotA. Roger's still here, I mean, just trying to be annoying a little bit, but gonna be able to snag anything. Now might actually be in trouble. Madara following him. They have Skylark there with a vacuum. Actually doesn't have enough cooldown, so Roger should just be able to TP out no matter what. Unless damage is... Oh god! Did you see that?
RZ
My heart is stopping right now.
Slamming out those Fate's Edict, or the Purifying Flames. So, what happened there? Kill score is pretty much even here at 35 minutes in the game. Not where I saw this going. At the 10-minute mark, I would have said ProDotA got this 1,000%. If this continues to go late, do Ad Finem just get more and more advantages?
I want to say yes, because ProDota's lineup, the one weakness that they have is that they're lacking in teamfight control. Right, and also most of the damage is really magical. We're starting to get BKBs now. Slark has his own, has a Skadi, so you should always be able to get it off too. OD has his own BKB with 5 seconds down, so had that for quite a while, had to use it extensively, but managed to get it off at the right time, just dodging a lot of that damage, which is kind of hard, to be fair, right? Because it's coming out of freaking nowhere every single time. But they also have Skylark here with complete Guardian Greaves here with a Pipe of Insight. They're getting some protections up against ProDota's shtick, right? ProDota's one thing that they've drafted the lineup around, which is the big ulti combo for the teamfight damage. If AF can survive that, then they have the Vacuum Wall, they have the Static Storm, they have Madara who can just keep coming back in with full life. And ProDotA can't really do too much to really finish them off anymore. Or maybe next time might be a free pickup here if Akmo wants to commit to it, but with Madara and Skylar coming in.
I mean, he's got the Glimmer Cape. Vision has been a pretty big problem on both sides. I mean, of course you got the Zeus on the side of the Radiant to reveal sentry wards and such, and maybe next time we're doing a great job keeping up the ward vision for the Dire, but I mean, looking at the map right now for 40 minutes in at a crucial point in the game, the vision is really underwhelming from both sides.
Indeed, Radiant has some defensive vision up, but hey, there's a jump. They do catch someone here. That'll be... Who said I missed it? That's Azik. Alright, goodbye, little guy.
I mean, it's an Oracle. It's not too major, but the tower going down is pretty major. The pipe expires, so now the magical damage is going to be doing a lot on the side of the Radiant, but for now, Dire, they got what they wanted. They're going to back off and feel good about that pick in terms of overall change. It's going to be, you know, 1,400 clean XP towards the way of Ad Finem, more gold, and stuff like that is how the game's going to be won. But meanwhile, Prophet doing his Prophet thing, just applying the trees to all lanes.
That's the one thing that ProDotA will always have good going for them in this game. That's the one thing that they have to rely on as well. When it comes to teamfights, just try and counter around the BKBs, make sure they're run down before you use the majority of the spells. Outside of that, just keep the Prophet alive. He's going for a bit of a hybrid build here, Axe Octarine, and going into the Cypher Vise. There's some sort of fighting potential, some sort of pickup potential as well. What are these pings out here? They're just dealing with these trains, but... if they keep the lanes pushed out indefinitely and keep doing this chip damage to the tower whenever AF is not looking, then they might still end up taking this game in a very, very long matchup.
Oh, absolutely. I think, you know, on Ad Finem, really the only super reliable, well-scaling wave clear is going to be Slark's Dark Pact, and you can't have Slark in all lanes at once.
I don't know. picked up the haste rune here. If ProDotA were watching that, then they might know that there's some sort of smoke going on. As it stands though, our Zeke will be caught. Same for Guard and Static Storm inside the wall. Those 2 heroes down just like that. Now they're on the hunt for more. Blinks are out. Undershock gets glimpsed back though. Right into Skylark and Madara. That's the Zeus going down. It gets his damage off, but it's not going to be enough. Undone to some degree by Skylark. The BKB just to make sure that Madara survives. Now to blink forward into the pounds. Finds Rudge in the back with the bash, with the Abyssal even. No way for the Prophet to go. That's an ultra kill for the Slark, and just like that, momentum has shifted squarely in favor of Finem. And everything that we've been talking about, how ProDotA have to approach this, it's kind of down the drain if they keep losing these kind of fights like this.
Oh man, I had doubts about this Lark. He had kind of a rough lane, but now we saw how crazy that Abyssal can be. The Scotty he's had for a while, the BKB there, popped before his ultimate, which is a little bit quirky, but it's a short cooldown, so it doesn't really matter. Madara is now online. I think that is safe to say. He's 13, 3, and 11. Slark is a hero that snowballs with kills, and after that ultra kill, he's feeling really goddamn good. How does ProDotA get him down? Because for now, their magical burst with their ultimates aren't enough.
I don't think they can. Zeke just gets annihilated. One is more. It might just be GG here. I mean, can't quite mega them yet. The Aegis is down, so maybe AF feeling a bit more apprehensive. At the same time, though, still 3 heroes down. No Undershock, no Azik to keep people safe. Madara's feeling top of the world right now.
I mean, Garter's got the ults. It's Madara is just a big old fish kid. Gonna be ruptured up, taking a little bit of damage there, but again, he does have the ultimate if he needs the regen. Going through, they're gonna get the kill onto Garter. Looks like Garter goes through with a nice blood right. Gonna be silencing up at least one person. They are gonna get the Astral off, saving the life of one of the dire heroes, and now it looks like Garter may end up falling himself. Thug going through is silenced up, killed off by the tree ants. Oh, Prophet, he's enjoying this. We got big trees walking all around. Night Stalker going through, looking for the kill here. Onto maybe next time they reveal him. No getting out with the Glimmer Cape that time. They get the kill on the Disruptor. That's gonna be a nice hold for ProDotA. They lose their melee racks, but they at least get some kills in return.
That was crucial that they managed to do that. Maybe AF just a little bit too overconfident there, just going in there, discounting the amount of damage that can still be done if you don't have the BKB anymore. Right, OD was sitting at like 3/4 of health here, and then just got taken down really quickly. Just a matter of time when just a couple more time when they just pop an ultimate bounce in on him. On a pretty late bounce as well, I believe, so that tends to help. A little bit of breathing space perhaps for ProDotA. If they keep the Prophet alive, if they don't take these nasty teamfight losses where AF's just able to chase them down so hard, then they have a chance, but it's getting harder and harder here with all these boosted travels coming out as well. Both sides.
How do you feel about the Prophet's build? I mean, he opted to go for the Scythe and the Octarine before he's even thinking about a refresher. With his ultimate being such a key component of ProDotA's strategy, is that okay, or did he just kind of let down his team by going for more self-centered items?
Well, kind of look at it either way, and hang on, might have a team fight here. It's Disruptor going down first. Definitely good. Skylark and Thug, they kind of have to get the hell out of there. Meanwhile, they find Spartan on the side. Silenced up, that's gonna be a dead Earthspirit too, and just like that, momentum shifts again. Dara should be able to make it out, but there's a creep wave coming in down to this bottom lane. 2 heroes down for the count. Disruptor has buyback, Spartan does not. Look at this tree, and the tree in the apocalypse is starting. I like the Hex in the sense that in these kind of situations it definitely helps when Dara finds us Zeeks.
Go through.
Now there's a Hex up though. Defensive imprisonment keeps him safe under shock. Ready to react though, there it is, a lot of burst damage coming out on the Blood Rage. Ultimate in a couple of seconds. Madara pops his own to try and get us back alive. Now gets a pounce on the Undershock, glimpse back into the Static Storm. Zeus going down, it is so huge! They're just standing, like casually standing there too far forward, and then the chasing potential from AF is just unmatched right now. They catch yet another one. This is just sloppy play from ProDotA. Just really sloppy, standing out there. Being in range of Madara just jumping at you like this.
This is like the most back and forth game I've ever freaking seen. We're 45 minutes into the game right now. It feels like either team could win based on a team fight. And speaking of team fights, we're just going to be up in like 2.5 minutes. That's going to be another huge point of contest. We saw what it did last time when it was just an Aegis. Now it's Aegis and Cheese. Who's in a better position to take it right now?
Well, with the amount of damage that AF is starting to get on the Slark, I mean, with that Abyssal now looking for what should probably be a moonshot here from the Hyperstone. There's such good synergy with Slark's citizenship. And also the Moonshot on the OD is still going strong with the pure damage from that orb. AF should be in a position to take it fairly quickly as it stands right
This
now,
is
though. They
it.
push out the mid-creep wave. They find a Zeke again! He's just a punching bag of this game. 4, 12, and 11 on this Oracle, and it's gonna be a dead range frags and also top lane. There's no buyback on Undershock again. No buyback on Zeke. And might lose their range frags down at the bottom, but the backdoor region kind of keeping it safe for now. Creephead's gonna come in to mitigate the little bits. Roger's getting the trade for the time being. Gonna be enough though. It's gonna be enough to keep to get AF back.
You got okay. That is a cool vacuum. That looked really neat. But yeah, I mean, you don't rotate back the Slark, who arguably has the best wave clear. You rotate back your OD and your Dark Seer, two of the most key team fight heroes that you need if you're going to continue to apply pressure to ProDotA's base. So successful hold from the Nature's Prophet, but how many more times can you do that?
As many times as AF lets them. They lose their range tracks only, so Mail Rack still going strong. It's going to regenerate. Still the tier 2 in the bottom, so it's maybe an argument for AF to start thinking about that lane, pushing that down instead in preparation for this first Shampit. Just claim control of the Radiant side jungle, drop down a couple of wards. It's obviously only gonna work once for the most part, perhaps. I mean, there's no gem actually on ProDotA. Nightstalker has the axe, but not the gem.
I mean, you got a Zeus, who's like kind of a gem.
Yeah, but unless you spam it
Oh
every
god,
which
this
way,
is gonna be
it's
bloody.
kind of hard to find some of the more obscure words, but... And
Oh
smoke
no.
here, they find Spartan first, Silence comes out, BKB's every which way, Duck tries to go for the right clicks. Now the first one falls once again, Azik, unable to really help out anyone. Undershock gets caught, gets found out inside the trees by Madara here, just right clicks away, stacks stock to make sure they cannot defend themselves. Duck falling pretty low to Roger, but not low enough. Just doesn't have the right click, didn't really build for it. That'll be that in this particular team fight. Just two heroes, but two very important ones. But hey, look at this, the tree apocalypse is real. Skylark has to rotate back with a vacuum with the Iron Shell. Taking care of that. So range racks in a tier 3 has taken some chip damage once again. The fight goes on though. Disruptor ends up falling. Roger, well, he's the counter kill though. Madara still going strong. This should still set them up for a Roshan.
What is happening? This is so back and forth right now. I mean, obviously Slark comes out as the big winner in that fight. He's sitting beyond godlike right now. 19-3. 13. He is an absolute monster. He can start gobbling up moon shards by the dozen if he'd like to. And I mean, but if we look at overall net worth, Nature's Prophet and Slark are still going head to head. It is so even right now. It's one successful push from the Radiant can completely win the game, but one more successful fight from Ad Finem can also completely win the game. We might get down to a base race with Nature's Prophet whacking on the tier 4s and well, the rest of Ad Finem scrambling into the Radiant base.
And we're slowly but surely getting to that late game Dota stage where everything hinges on this one team fight and on the buybacks as well. If you look at status, you see the Zeus has buybacks, same for the Bloodseeker, but Nature's Prophet just use his. Roger's trying to push out this top lane a little bit more, trying to keep these lanes pushed out as much as he can, which is his job. But no, he doesn't have that for the next team fight. If you look at that film, Slark has buyback. OD not quite here. They need to farm that one up. Those are the most important one, alongside maybe the Darks here when it comes to defense.
So Madara going through, clearing out the trance, but god, these trance are so freaking powerful. Nature's Prophet sitting on a good chunk of gold here. He's probably saving for buyback, but after that, I think Refresher should definitely be on the menu.
Yep. Well, smoke played this time from ProDotA, looking for someone. So their own middle lane is pushed out by the super creeps, I should say. AF should know something's up here. They're sitting on the high ground, perfect position to counteract this. They're actually going to low ground. Yeah, Zeke will be caught. That should be
Zeke.
Again. He's just taking
Buddy,
the gang.
no.
Can they do anything off of this here? Madara caught with the Rapture here, still going through the BKB, being healed up by well now Thug. I don't know why, but he's super freaking fast. Not quite there just yet, but god, there it is. Thug. Well, a lot of damage still being done by Undershark. They will claim that kill. Madara still going stronger. Pops his ultimate, heals up to out of it. He doesn't give a damn. He has the Aegis. He can die right now, and they don't care. Spartan coming in. Glimpse back on Undershark, just keeping him in place for the rest of Finem to take care of him. They don't even need the OD. Need to buy back on Undershark. Ada will have to buy back too if they want to defend this Rax now, but once again comes back to Nature's Prophet doesn't have buyback. He cannot help. He cannot push out the bottom lane now. Or the top lane for that matter. He cannot threaten any sort of racks, and this is the prime opportunity
Oh,
for Finem to go back and claim the second racks of their own. Madara has to stay back a little bit, heal up, maybe eat the cheese even if necessary, but on the shot combo, the
or
hacks
not.
cover Madara! He just goes in and brings down the biggest threat that he faces here. Gotta just caught with the Abyssal Blade. They don't even give a damn.
That's
GG
GG.
is called. And Finem. Monsters right now. Monsters. Absolute monsters.
I would not have thought Ad Phenom could be the team to stand up to ProDota's global strat that we've seen executed so perfectly in the past, but wow, I had doubts about the Slark, but no longer. Madara, he holds true, he brings it home. What a crazy maniac there on the carry, and there was so much synergy on the side of Ad Phenom that it seemed like sometimes on ProDota they were a little bit out of position. RZ got caught out at the beginning of a lot of the fights in the late game, so Ad Phenom pretty much
Yeah.
a perfect hard-fought victory. Only
Yep.
game one of a best of three.
Well, this is just what happens when your one combo, your one cheese strat starts not working out. Ed Finem just got the tanky items up and running, not dying to the combo, and then it's almost like a comedian who makes a joke and then no one laughs. It's like, what do you do now? You just stand there and you just die out of shame or something if you're ProDotA right now. Well, it didn't work, but that was only game one, as you said. We're heading into game two in just a couple of moments' time after taking a bit of a breather. We definitely need it. But yeah, don't go anywhere, guys. More Dota coming away soon.